Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a balcony herb garden. So check this out. Okay, what we're going to do is make a herb garden on this balcony. Now, as you can see, there's not that much on this balcony. There's a couple of plants, there's this money tree, and there's a table with not much on it. This compost is really great. We're going to put it in a hessian sack inside a pallet and make a vertical garden for this balcony garden. Okay, so I've got the pallet here. What I'm going to do is flip it around like that, and then I've got my sack. Now that sack is going to hold this compost. So what I'm going to do is staple the sack onto the pallet like this. So I'm just going to staple that in like this. It's much easier to staple it down, and you can get the hessian quite tight at the back of this pallet. So when you fill it up with soil, it doesn't all sort of bog down at the bottom. It fills up nice and uniformly. Okay, so I've got this coir peat, and I'm going to put a few handfuls of this stuff into this bucket. Not too much, because it actually absorbs a lot of water. The water, and we'll come back and see how much it absorbed before we mix it in with the compost. Okay, what I've got here is all the ingredients necessary to make a light growing medium for this pallet with the sacks in the back. So I've got some coir peat that I've soaked, and we're going to put that in here too. You'll also notice I've got some vermiculite, which is a very light, naturally occurring mineral substance. So I'm going to put some of that in too, and you can see that it looks a little like rice bubbles. So we've got the compost, we've got the coir peat, we've got some potting mix too, slow release fertilizer, because that will mean that this growth medium in here will be nice and strong. So we'll just sprinkle a bit of that in, a couple of handfuls of that. Then I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to put it into these sacks. Mix this up, and if you come a bit closer, I'm going to show you this beautiful growth medium. It's compost, potting mix, vermiculite, and the slow release fertilizer, and it's really light, and it's going to go in these sacks. I'm going to fill up this pallet now, the pallet that I cut the back off. There is the two sacks that have been stapled there, and I'm going to fill these sacks with this beautiful growth medium. Okay, I'm nearly finished filling this up, and if you come close and have a look, you can see that these sacks are nice and full, and they're not too wide, as you can see. And when I spin this around, I'm going to cut into these bags, and I'm going to plant things in there. I'm going to lean it against the wall, and it's just going to be a fantastic vertical growth medium on a balcony. Herbs, lettuce, hello.